have about a yard of this fabric, some kind of chiffon. So what I think I'm going to do is basically something like a circle skirt, except as a shirt. So let me go over it. So it'll have maybe a neckband like that, with like little shoulders. We'll cut slits in the circle. It'll be gathered up here. It'll be lines. And it'll be like really loose and wavy, so I don't have to worry about my exact body measurements. So I end up looking something like that. So this is the basic idea of what I'm thinking for the pattern, because of course we have to do the pattern first. So this will be the fold of the fabric, and then we'll do this to make the circle skirt. And in the middle here we're going to have basically a neckline. So we're going to have this part is going to be for the neck hole. This part is going to be a shoulder, so this part is still going to be on the fold right here. But then we're going to have a break here, and this is going to be where we have our armholes, and then it will continue after that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. This part is also going to be longer because it's going to be gathered. And then of course we're going to have just a rectangle for the neckband. I believe I just need 4 measurements. I will need the neck. I will need the shoulder. I'll need the armhole. And then I'll need the length. So this is about what your pattern should look like when you make it. So I have it cut out along the edge now. I think what I've decided to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and finish this outer edge. And then, so I haven't cut out this part and I haven't cut out the armholes yet. But since this is something that frays so much, I actually want to basically finish it as I go. So I'm going to do a bias type hem around that whole circle edge. Come back and then I'll do the neck, and then I'll do the armholes. So this was how I finished the edge. Just a bias tape along that front edge, along that bottom edge there. The single fold bias tape, so it's not going around it. It's just, I find that's the easiest way to hem circle skirts. So this is a really lightweight interfacing. When you interface like see-through fabrics like this, you can use like a featherweight interfacing like this, since it's black. See, it doesn't look that bad. But other things that you can do is you can use like the same fabric twice and just use 2 layers of it. You could also get like organza or something, since that's a stiffer fabric. So you can, there's a bunch of different ways that you can handle this, but since I have some black kind of featherweight interfacing here, I am going to use that. And on the back, so that we can get this over our head, on the back we're going to want to cut a slit and then hem that. So we're going to fold it like this, kind of in a triangle, and then fold it under. This is harder with looser fabric. Normally I'd be pressing this while I do it, but I'm showing it to you here because I don't have a camera set up by my ironing board. So it'll end up looking something like that. And you'll do that on obviously both sides to keep it from hemming. So I hem the inside of the back there, because this way you'll be able to actually fit it over your head. We're going to end up putting a button or a hook and eye right there. Now the other thing I did was I put gathering stitches along the edges here. Put them along the back, the 2 sides of the back, and then the front. So let me go ahead and pull those up. Now we have our shirt and our neckline. You'll want to sew the neckband to the neckline with right sides together. Make sure to leave the seam allowance of the neckband unsewn so that you can fold it over next. I also forgot to mention earlier that this point here at the end, I used some fray check to keep this part from fraying, because that point there is a dangerous area. Flip the neckband over in reverse and sew the short edges. I find it helpful to fold up the seam allowance at this point too. Now you want to clip the corner and then turn the neckband over to the right side. Then you'll sew the inside of the neckband. Add a hook and eye to the back of the neckband. Now you want to use your pattern to cut your armhole right along the fold of the fabric. So now I finished these two. I realized that as I was doing it, I probably should have just folded it over instead of using the bias tape, but that's fine. It's just it's a little bit, now I just have to add a hook and eye back here. Since I had enough fabric left to make like a belt, a tie-on belt, I am going to make that 2. So I have 2 layers here. I made it about 6 inches thick. It was just however much I had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these 2 together in the center, and then I'll fold it in half. So I'll have a belt that's about that wide, minus the seam allowance, of course. So this is the finished tie, the belt that I was able to make with the leftover fabric. Okay, so it's finished.